What's happening, YouTube? More problematics. Automatic. Anyway, still waiting. It's gonna be like, it's almost been a week to getting unloaded. Be a total of 10 days sitting, no work, no pay. This is just the usual, especially with any job I do, for the whole breakdown. And I'm gonna actually lean more into the whole gang stalking experience. Normally I don't really talk about it, but the breakdown is that it's like everyone I come in contact with is aware of the company that I deal with on a daily basis. Like, oh man, I talked to the guy that was at the shop. The fuck is in my eye? And he was like, I'm like, oh, if it's not fixed, I'll be here for another day. And he answered all smugly like, oh, I know. like, how do you know that I'm be here for the next few days? Like, I don't know you. This is the first time we spoke. How do you know? You know, like, and there's no, and this happens so often, like, it's ridiculous. Like, and I can say people are dumb. I get it. But what are the chances you're dumb, but you only make answers to things that you were privy to? Like, how are you dumb? Like, dumb as a rock, retarded, but you can do calculus. It's that kind of comparison. But I digress. Like, maybe it's like some weird spiritual savantness where your life is shit, but you're privy to gang stalking tactics, and that's the kind of similarities I can deal with, or I can't deal with, but I'm trying to break down. Sorry, this truck is acting up. Just trying to reverse. Put it under my trailer. Give me a second. But that's not the whole point of this. I'm used to being around retarded people my entire life. That's not the point. The point is being able to spot them. And this is why I'm making a video, for others to learn from. Well, it's gonna be a twofold lesson. Every time I've made progression, even though it was seemingly short-lived because I didn't address the root problem, which is gonna be the second part of this lesson, is one, the first part is everything goes in cycles. When you progress, it's stagnation, confusion, weird activity, something weird to you, whether it's new weird or old weird, and then the progression. But stagnation usually happens. That's when you identify what you don't like. And then you get the pushback. Then you get that weird energy with a little bit more stagnation and delay. And then the response that you're looking for. I was a manager at a trash company. I was a manager at a bunch of stupid ass jobs locally. I realized, and this is for a lot of cities, a lot of niggas are stuck in their city, stuck around people that are brain dead. And you can't put your finger on it, but there's brain dead people in every state. I was like, I gotta get it from around brain dead people. Brain dead, you have to put, this is the reason also I'm coming to figure that, what the fuck is wrong with my eyelash? I don't know. Sorry, that was bothering me. I thought it was something. But the reason why rich people have small circles and they stay away from the masses is this very reason. You have to go through these cycles, but the people and situations that you have in your cycle can be greatly detrimental to you and everyone that matters to you and everything that matters to you. Like, my own family's like, oh, you're not gonna make it in trucking. My dad's a double-minded fool, so he's like, I'm just going wrong with your mother because he's one of them I hate myself and I hate everything else, but I can't be completely dishonest because everything I've done, my dad can't deny. He's like, I hate you and all this weird ass following suit behind my mother. But he's like, everything you've set your mind out to, you've done. So to doubt you is super foolish. It's one of my traits, which can either be good or bad. Whatever. But that being said, I got the trucking thing. I'm in the truck right now. That was years ago, like 2017, 2018, going on 2019. It took me a while to sit and think about it. I was like, there's no way out of it around people that are stupid. But my naivete-ness was, there's stupid people everywhere. I mean, demonically possessed stupid people. It's the worst of the worst. There's a Bible scripture that describes people. The one that was saying that the household, the people of your household will be your own enemies. But before those verses, a few verses back, it says that the best of the worst people on the planet are like thorny bushes that stab you. So they're a hindrance on your walk, basically. You know what I mean? You're walking through the bush and shit gets on your foot and your shoe and it's stabbing you and it's a hindrance. You have to stop what you're doing to get them out and get them out of the way. Those are the people that are in abundance. This is what the verse says. I'm paraphrasing, but literally verbatim, it's what the verse says. These people are all around. They're in abundance. The judges, the kings, and the people in power, they all work in unison for this level of wickedness. And even the best of them are hindrance to any form of your walk. And the worst of them want your death. And these people will also be in your household and the people you have sex with. Mainly, they were talking to men because women didn't have the common sense back then to even understand the level of wickedness, because women are usually on a high number and scale a contribution to the said wickedness. You can see this in our own community, aka black community. But whatever you want to call that, even though we're not black and we're sure as fuck, as long as we have these colonizers in control of our minds, not a community. But I digress onto the main point of what I'm saying here. Speaking of which, and I'm noticing it too, like, and white people, this is probably good if you're not retarded. It's probably to be cautious, which I've noticed from watching white people for a long period of time, studying them like they study me. They are self-conscious and very cautious around other white people, even though it's very sly and underhanded with their observation. Almost as much as they are with anybody else. Niggas, brown people, black people, whatever, everybody else basically should also be cautious of white people to the same degree, if not more, the same way they are to you. Because, and you don't have to be Caucasian, but pale-skinned people have this tendency, like the pale-skinned Mexican, not the white, not the original, the mestizo Mexican that decapitated that old man and rolled his head and kicked his head in the parking lot in Dallas, Texas. That's basically a white person. You're the bastard seed of the inbreeds. But I'm not here to pick a side on it. I'm just making a general observation. And your wickedness and your NPC murder program kicked in and they did that thing. But on a lesser scale, say if you're a brother that can self-defend himself and doesn't walk around pussyfoot, you'll still get passive-aggressive detail energy from light-skinned people and white people. Like, not all of them. I went to the shop, a dude, ironically, maybe because we had the exact same name, his Steven, I'm Steven. It was a white dude, cool dude, manager, the higher-ups. And that usually, also, no matter what race, people that make more money always are better treating to me, nicer. They're more humanitarian in general, gang stalking involved or not. That is quite telling. But the people that are grunts, the people that are ass kissers, like, and this is why I say it's not about race, even though race doesn't play a part in this weird gang stalking energy, spiritual warfare that we're going through. I went in and I'm just feeling myself the way God intended to and intends all of us to. Just feeling great, minus the truck issue. And a nigga's out of the corner of my eyes mean mugging me and getting all, and then eventually the white manager was like, they were like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? And it's proven a point to the dumb white people, which they're gonna go and talk about. Like, oh, all niggas are like that. No, that is just a demonic possessed nigga. We don't cut with those people. They are forced inside. They're inbred. They're bred to be demonic, and they're uplifted as a trope to destroy us. And same, even double it fold, tenfold for our women too, which you can see. Women have killed more black people in the past 30, almost 40 years since abortion has been a thing than like white people, I think. The number one killers of black people are black women. It's weird. Abortion is murder. I mean, and of course, you know, the supporters, but the usual suspects. I'm not going to go into detail on that. But there's an African proverb that says, if there's no enemy within, the enemy without can do you no harm. Boy, it's so quantum on that level. Those people, you can't be confused. Skinfolk ain't kinfolk. Push that aside. The Mexican workers that are acting weird. One dude was decent and respectful. The dude that was checking for under my hood and all that bullshit. The other guy was being weird and twitching and licking at his phone and like antisocial from the rip. And these people that are gang stalkers are wondering why you don't want to be social with them. It's like, I can see from afar you're weird. Like, after you put the shit in the computer on my truck and you went on inside to the shop, I'm looking from the back. I'm on my little game set, and he's been staring at me for the past 5 minutes, hiding behind a tool shed. Which a lot of gang stalkers of all races do this, especially women. But it's like, you're not a woman, and you're not white, which I like to say women and white people are exactly the same in many, almost all similarities, from their sexual choices to everything. But it's like, damn. But then again, he was a white Mexican, a mestizo. So, I mean, I guess it applies to him. But that it doesn't, it's like, it doesn't make sense because your partner that you're working with. But then again, that's the butt buddy, hive-minded-ism that goes with it. Not everybody's like that, regardless of race. I'm not saying everybody's a gang stalker, because it's depending on states. I'm in North Carolina now. Won't be here much longer, hopefully. There was a mass shooting here, I think, recently. Everywhere, if you check in my last videos, everywhere I've been going through, every state I've been going through, white people have been going crazy and shooting each other. Which is none of my business. It just constantly pops up in my newsfeed. But it only leads credence to the white people like, oh, whoa, black people are so violent. And I'm like, all right, man, I don't know why we're always in your mouth. But, and always on your mind and always in your sight if you hate us so much. But there's something to that. There is definitely something to that. But sorry, this tea is crazy. To the quantum level of the perception of no enemy within, not giving them too much energy, venting like I'm venting on YouTube now, wherever they may lay at, including inside your own mindset. You have to remove these demonic energies from you. Like, people that have demons in them hate to see you happy, hate to see you self-love. You don't even have to necessarily be happy, but if you love yourself, that is something these Archon remote-controlled motherfuckers, these ass puppets of the Archons, they can't harvest your energy because it's incompatible with the Matrix overlay. The Matrix overlay needs you to be disgruntled in some form or another. But if every level of energy they harvest from you, okay, we got this nigga frustrated, but he's still expressing self-love and God, and his focus is God. We can't use that energy. We have him with a deep disturbance. We fucked him his money. He's still focused on God and self-love, and that's the Holy Spirit, the walk. We can't feast off this energy. It's the frequency and vibration of the energy that you're giving off that they can't harvest off of, and they scurry on. Like, one tone or another, where the black women, white males, white people's bastardized children, you know, quote unquote Mexicans or whatever, or white people's dog, black women, the German Shepherd, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Or the self-hating Negro. Like, it doesn't matter what color or creed or whatever gender you are. If spiritually, if you don't align with these weirdos, things they fall into place. Like, oh, let me get away from them. Let me stop this stupid energy ploy, because it's only hurting. It, like, the reason we went to the shop, I went in the shop, is because my soot filter, it's the soot that catches from the diesel, because diesel's really grody, and just for cleanliness purposes and laws and all that shit, so our exhaust isn't just so nasty and fucking with the environment more than it has to. If that soot filter gets blocked up, the engine will slowly shut down, and it'll be inoperable, and you can't continue the work. Well, these meat suits are just like these semi-trucks, and if their filter gets clogged too much with their anti-system, which is love, focus, you know, all fruits of the spirit, basically. Any fruit of the spirit that gets lodged in their filter will ultimately shut their system down. I know this personally through experiments that I've experimented on since the conception of my consciousness inside this meat suit, which is very young. When I realized everybody was like either purposely or unconsciously dumb. Not everybody, but generally speaking. So, and that's when the attacks come to hinder you from always holding the fruits of the spirit. There's going to be always residue, because God's grace is over your life, especially if God has specifically looked upon you to smile upon you more than others. And everybody's like, we're all God's children. God hated Esau. Who's Esau in the Bible? I'm not gonna go into details, and I'm not gonna pick on anybody, because the Bible also says there could be branched arms. Those are very few and far between. Like splices on, where you cut off a piece of a limb and you add it onto a plant, then it becomes one with them. Those are very few in between. I can give so many examples. I'll give one, like the white pastor that recently said black people are evil, unknowing that everybody that you pray to or acknowledge in the Bible is black. Even though you're not necessarily wrong, but not all black people are evil. Because, boy, the only reason y'all are able, your color folk are able to do evil to us, and many other people are, is because, not because we're weak, because y'all steal everything from us. It's because our greatest enemy is from within. Anywho, that being said, God knows your value.